Good morning, good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing this morning? This is Phyllis. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just waking up and I'm ready to go. I am ready to continue this little series on marriage. The struggle continues. I don't know about you guys, but it is a struggle. And come talking from personal experience, professional expertise, and what I know works. Okay, so we're going to get started. I'm not going to go back and talk about the last video, marriage struggles, but I will say that if you want to catch up, you go back and review that one so you understand where we are today. We're talking now about how to uh, express ourselves to someone that has offended us, because we all know people have offended us and we have offended people. And we need all the skills we can get to make our relationships a lot better. So, we're going to get started now on tips on how to express yourself to someone that has offended you. We're not going to disregard or pretend that they did not offend us. We just want to free ourselves from the resentment and the anger of their actions. So, let's get started. Number one, be prepared for any and all outcomes. What I mean is, you have to be ready for any potential outcomes, because the person you now have asked to, you want to talk to and bring to their attention that they have wronged you, they may not even be in a position where be ready to apologize or even acknowledge of being in the wrong. So be prepared for the outcome. Um, you may feel like speaking your mind didn't work after the conversation, but you have to be prepared for the outcome. You may feel like it wasn't worth it, or I hit a brick wall, they're not listening, and they didn't want to listen, or whatever. Be prepared. You may have to come back and revisit at another time. Okay? And we're going to say sometimes why you may have to put that on the back burner of the conversation. It's good if you can do that, but sometimes you just can't. You have to park it or put it on the back burner for just a few minutes. Okay, the next tip that I found works for me, I have done it in the past. I'm not saying I do it all the time, but I have done it and it works. Is to write a letter. But you don't have to always send it. You can write a letter. The purpose of writing a letter to the person, stating your thoughts and feelings, give you a chance to communicate your exact feelings without being interrupted. Because remember now, you may find that the person's not willing to apologize or acknowledge that they even wrong you. So writing a letter can help sometimes. The next, number three, you want to use I feel statements. You want to be I feel statements. Okay. Um, you want to say exactly how the action or the comment the person made to you made you feel when you discuss it with the other person. You want to start the conversation off with you. Um, Sometimes it may sound like you're accusing the person and it put the other person on defense, which can prevent an open and productive conversation. Um, how you made me feel, how I felt when you did blah, blah, blah. So you fill in the blanks, but use I feel statements. It helps. It lets the person know, they know now that they have hurt you and that you feel it this way. Okay? The next thing is express positives with your negatives. State your positives with your negatives when you confronted the person. Um, it could be as simple as I want to get this out in the open because I really value our friendship. I really value our marriage, and I don't want to do anything to come. I don't want anything to come between us. You can start that off with that, or you can say things like, I appreciate all you do around the house, but I was definitely hurt when you, okay? This would increase the likelihood that the other person won't instantly become defensive and they actually hear what you're trying to say. So express with positives, okay? And something as simple as, I want to get this out in the open because I really value your friendship, or I really value our marriage and I don't want anything to come between us. Or I appreciate all you do around the house, but remember, I was definitely hurt when, and you fill in the blank, because this will increase the likelihood that the other person won't immediately become defensive and they actually hear what you're trying to say, which is the goal. You want them to hear what you're trying to say. The other thing is be specific. Be specific. Sometimes, not down in us women, but we are more emotional than the male species. So we have a tendency sometimes to just go off and just have this list of all the things they've done, but we need to be specific in what we're trying to relate to the other person, as opposed to speaking in, generalities. Give concrete examples, such as, I feel scared when you don't call me, or I feel lost, insecure when you say things like, I don't know why I got married. I don't see why men want to get married. So be specific when you talk and discussing the incident that bothered you with the person. Stay specific. Only talk about that particular incident. Be exact. This way you can have the conversation remain targeted and specific. One thing at a time. Last but not least, make sure you're aware of your own motivations. We have to be real about why we want to have this conversation. What is my true motive? What are my motivations? If you don't have one or two, you have maybe one motivation, or you have a lot of motivation, but be aware of your own motivations. Know your own intentions before you begin to express yourself to the other person. You have to be honest and ask yourself this question: am I still angry? Do I just want to get into a fight? Do you in some way want to hurt the other person with your words because you felt the other day that they hurt you? So if the answer is yes to this question, then now is not the time to try to have a meaningful conversation. Take some time to calm down and then reevaluate your intentions. Reevaluate your intentions. So we're going to cap it up and by saying communication. If someone and has hurt you, communicating to this person is never easy, but it should never feel that it's impossible. Don't feel like it's no way you're going to win. It's not impossible. It's just not easy. Just make sure you thought carefully about what you're going to say and you're not approaching the other person in anger. And then no matter what the outcome, you know you did your best. That's all you have to do your best. I find that a lot of times I pray about it before I approach my husband, and I try to find the right time. And I really learned this. You don't want to come in and try to start having an argument with the man when he's trying to watch the playoff. That's not a great time. You may be heated, and you want to continue what the previous argument you had the other day because you didn't feel like it was resolved. So wait for an opportune time and wait your children to sleep, and then take these skills and apply them and go for it. I always say a little word of prayer because a man's nature is to get on the defense. They're fighters by nature. So guys, I want for you to be free so you can be you. And I want you to be overtaken by resentment and not having the ability or don't know how to forgive. because they may not deserve your forgiveness, but you deserve to be free from the anger and the resentment that develops in relationships. It happens, but we don't want to be stuck. Okay, guys, take care and be free and be you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.